To go when the world feels harsh. To hear the words, "You are worthy, you have meaning, and you are loved." To be accepted, and for that, I am grateful.
I accepted the opportunity to be a part of this service, knowing that my limits would be stretched thin this week. Most people plan ahead. Disabilities can often cause people like myself to miss out on things that are important to them. In an effort not to miss out, we find ourselves being creative in our efforts to participate. So instead of doing a meditation session live, I decided to use one I recorded when I felt up to it. Here it is. Please get comfortable for a short meditation.
Since the video is not playing at the moment, I would like to share with you my experience of seeing it. What I really appreciated, it was a beautiful big pan drum with diffuse light behind it, and our dear friend Sage playing the drum and inviting us to breathe in and breathe out, and to feel our body relax, and to feel the beat of the drum like a heartbeat, and to let us know that we are worthy and welcoming the acceptance of the moment. As Sage played, there was a sense of calmness, and I felt my shoulders drop, and I invite you to feel your body relax. I can feel my own heartbeat in the silence. Perhaps you can hear and feel yours too. And the video is coming. How wonderful.
Release your muscles and breathe. Everything's a practice. You are worthy of this time to just breathe. Your thoughts are passing clouds. Acknowledge and let them flow past. The more we practice, the better we get. Allowing our breath to flow freely in and out. Much love and peace.
meant that you didn't see that I was in the room. That's where the pain came from, she said. Not from the words themselves, but the thoughtlessness, reinforced with repeated cases where the lift didn't work, or you have to enter through the back door or the side around through the kitchen, or present from the floor where everyone else was on the stage. She said, we need to have a moment that acknowledges that there are people in the room who cannot hear, so that we always use a microphone. That there are those who don't intake communication and information quickly, so we need to repeat it. And we need to speak slowly. We can't possibly know how to accommodate everyone because we don't know what all the needs are. And these are the hard conversations we have to have, not only in our congregations and in our denomination, but here at Emerson. We have to ask different people and listen to what the answers are when it is told to us what they need to feel included, to feel that hospitality and true welcoming is present. If somebody says that they are feeling pain or rejection, our work is to ask next, what can we do to learn from that hurt and to offer a space for change? Angel Kyoto Williams Sensei says, our job is to figure out how we can stretch into the so-called margins to broaden our understanding and our ability to be inclusive. Inclusivity is not, how do we make you a part of what we are? Instead, it is how do we become more a part of what you are? So the story of the hymn ends positively. A year later, at the next General Assembly, the composer Jason Shelton shared the new name and lyrics of the hymn. And he referenced the story of what he had learned over the years, and especially the year before when he saw the ouch sign. He then led the room of over 2,000 people singing the new version, and the delegates later that week who were there voted overwhelmingly in favor of a responsive resolution written by the person who was holding the ouch sign to change the whole campaign from standing on the side of love to side with love. I don't know about you, but I have a yellow t-shirt that says side with love that I wore to the protest. We have much to do in our congregations to help us be more accessible. We have much to consider as we think about disability and inclusion, and here at Emerson, we have much we can do too. We need editing and additions to the language on our website and our captions. If you can help, we would love your help. We need to add additional hearing devices for our worship services for all those who request them. It's a headset and a transmitter. My understanding is we have a few, but some more are needed. We need to consider our physical access to our building, our parking spaces, and our sanctuary and our stage. There are many things we can consider, and always it's about time and money, isn't it? But also it is about listening and hearing and being open to learning something new. Our task as a religious community is to listen and make space in the room for what we can learn when someone else tells us what they need. Our religious ideals of inclusion and belonging will be challenged and hopefully stretched and hopefully strengthened. I'm reminded of the words of Reverend Dr. Matthew Johnson, who helps us consider something he calls the preemptive radical inclusion. He says it's a practice, a habit, a learning that in advance will produce the feeling of inclusion, of belonging, of worth, and taking steps to make more real that which we can consider overlooked or excluded, for those who need to be centered in inclusivity. He says that this type of preemptive awareness, of being aware of what other people need, perhaps before they need to say it, is actually a doorway to justice. A UU religious educator, C.B. Beale, says that a practice such as this takes actions in advance which centers the needs of the marginalized. He said when we do this, we actually move towards the edges of beloved community. He said it's really about putting love into practice. And if justice is what love looks like in public, then inclusion is what love looks like among groups. And this may be hard. The truth is, if there is no justice, there will be no peace. These are the words of Rosemary Bray McNatt. She says, we can read Thoreau and Emerson to one another. We can quote Rilke and Alice Walker and Howard Thurman and think good and noble thoughts about ourselves. But if we cannot bring justice into the small circles of our individual lives, we cannot hope to bring justice to the world. And if we do not bring justice to the world, none of us is safe and none of us will survive. She closes with, nothing that Unitarian Universalists need to do more is more important than making justice real. Not just out there, but right here where we are. Hard as diversity is, it is our most important task. Today was a hard service, but I always ask myself, in every service, if you have come here, how will you be changed? And how can you leave with more hope? I hope that you have found a place in your heart to listen and to know that listening is a true gift that we give each other. As we say in our reflection circle and also in our listening circles, we don't really have the gift of being listened to very often these days, do we? May today be a place for listening, for opening our hearts, for opening our minds, that we may love more fully, that we may bring about justice and be a place of inclusivity and belonging for all, certainly in the world, but most of all, right here, in this place, right now. As we close out this service, I invite you to join me in singing that song I told you about, called Answering the Call of Love. It's number 1014 in the Teal hymnal if you want the music. And here are the lyrics.
Blessed may all, the truth in our hearts is enough.
like those new lyrics. Those are great. Our closing words are by Reverend Dr. David Breeden. Let's be the welcome we crave. Open hearts, arms outstretched. Let's embody radical welcome, unquestioning love. Let's be the welcome we crave, deeply hearing voices and hearts. Let's be the welcome we crave, enriching and understanding. Let us embody the community we crave together. And we now invite Ellie to come back up.
Thank you, Ellie. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world until we are together again. So as we cleaned up from our auction last Saturday, we found some prescription medication. Please see Emily in the office if you believe it could be yours. And Kathy had something to say.
Thank you. If you've ever thought it might be fun to sing in a choir, but you're not into giving up your Wednesday nights and so on, I have a deal for you. You have a flyer, and if you are online, you saw it in the notebook. We are getting ready to start rehearsals, just 3 rehearsals, that's all there are, for the combined chorus for the annual Interfaith Thanksgiving celebration. If you don't know about this event, it's an event that is hosted at a large Jewish temple in East Cobb. The event opens with a Muslim call to prayer. The choir will include singers from at least 20 different congregations, every flavor of Catholic and Protestant and Buddhist and Muslim, and every flavor of religion we can think of will be there, and Unitarian Universalists. So we invite anybody to sing in this. Rehearsals start tomorrow night right here in this room. Our first 2 rehearsals are right here. And then for our 3rd rehearsal, we will move over to the temple. And you've got all that information on the flyer. We hope you'll be there to either sing or at least for the event. This is our 21st year. Thank you.
If you've ever participated in it before, attended, then you know how much fun that is, but I just wanted to say that is a very fun event. And Michael has something to say?
Good morning, good morning. On the heel of Kathy, I just want to remind everybody, the temple that they sing at for that is where we are going on the 14th for the junior and senior field trip this week, or this month. So be sure to sign up. Also, this Saturday, we are having our trunk or treat and pumpkin carving. Parents, number 1, please make sure you sign up on the link if you are coming so I know how many pumpkins to have to carve. I don't want to take a stab and end up with 20 extra pumpkins I got to haul home. Don't want to do that. Also, if you don't have a child in the RE program, but you love seeing a parade of cute costumes, please come do the trunk or treat. Nothing says you can't give out candy for our kids, all right? Hope to see you Saturday. Oh, starts at 6 and the trunk or treat is at 6:45.
All right. Thank you, Michael. And Michael did want me to remind everybody, we just added this story I told today, Emmanuel's Dream. You can find in the children's library, plus a whole bunch of other. We've added a whole bunch of new ones that Michael's curated and arranged for, and there's lots of great stuff in there, so please be sure to use the library. And also, if you would like to join us next week, we will have our Megan Joyner will be here as our guest speaker, and their message is called Strong Foundations, Calling on Our Unitarian Universalist Ancestors. So please be here next week for that. And as our service ends today, go now in peace, and please take peace wherever you go.